just a couple of points I want to make. One, this was a great team. We have, since 1980, 12 1,000-point scorers at UMass Boston. 4 of them are standing up here on this stage. That would be Ken Hall, Robert White, Mike Shea, Boo Rice. Did I miss somebody? That's it, right? That's 4, okay. I also want to bring greetings from Roscoe Patterson, who was an integral part of this team. Roscoe, when he finished here, went on and ended up playing professionally in Ireland. And he is still in Ireland. He got married, he has a family. He was coming, but he had to have double hip surgery. And so Roscoe's unable to be with us. Also, another member of this team was Jock Josephs, who these guys actually found the year before in the Wendy's in New Jersey. And Jock ended up being a 6'9" contributor to this team. He's 6'9", really good player. Jock is in Sweden and could not make it over. And we were unable to find Cedric Sea-Dog. But one of the most important parts of this team was Rodney Hughes, who is no longer with us. He was the glue. He was the guy who allowed me to crack a whip and to be myself while he sort of brought up the rear along with Coach Holland and made sure that we were able to be successful. He's a guy that we miss dearly. His daughter's here today to represent him. Mike?
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to thank the selection committee for this great honor. I also would like to congratulate all other inductees, and I'm happy to be up here as one of the co-captains along with my close friend, Ken Hall. Sorry, not a real public speaker. I would like to thank the Hall of Fame again for this great honor. And it's hard to believe it was 32 years ago, around this very time and in this very gym, that the guys on this stage came together to do something very special. The UMass basketball program had just begun an NCAA sanctioned program 2 years earlier. Within just 3 short years, the NCAA selection committee took notice and recognized us as one of the top 64 teams in the nation and invited us to participate in a prestigious March tournament. This is something each of us is very proud of. Without question, every player, along with the coaching staff, sacrificed and worked extremely hard to prepare for the 82-83 season. We practiced 4 hours, 6 days a week to get ready, which is known as abuse. And we continue to work hard during the season as well. While others were sleeping late on Saturday mornings or during semester break, or on holidays like Thanksgiving and New Year's Day, we were running sprints in this very gym. In 1982, the program was fortunate to have one of the best freshman recruitment classes in the history of the program that year. Players like Anthony Tippett, Barry Johnson, Bobby Oasis, Cedric Daniels, Roscoe Patterson, Nate Smith, and Tommy Williams gave us the depth needed to compete throughout the long, hard season. It is an amazing amount of talent at every position and the heart these young men brought to the team. There were many games where we just overwhelmed the other teams because of the sheer number of players that Coach Titus was able to call on. This would not have been possible without them. Fate was also on our side as well. This was the same year that the Boston State merged with UMass Boston and became one higher educational institution of learning. With that merger came John Boo Rice. John was the only player to come over from Boston State. He provided the skill and leadership at the point guard position that was missing from the previous 2 years. His accomplishments as a player with Boston State and UMass Boston have been rightfully acknowledged, as he was one of the first people to be ever inducted into the Hall of Fame. Another contributing factor to the success were the veteran players. UMass basketball program was in its infancy and only 2 years old at the time. Despite the disappointing results from the previous 2 seasons, Ken Hall, Rob White, and I did not give up and returned for the 82-83 season. Nippy and Rob alone could have easily taken their talent to schools with more established programs. Other veteran players like John Neocaros and Paul Costa, who joined the team in the second year, did not let the previous season discourage them from coming back for the 82-83 season. Any one of us could have walked away, made the excuse that the time commitment was too much, and no one would have blamed us. But none of the veteran players gave up. But by showing up to play in October of '82, the veteran players demonstrated our commitment to the program and to each other. And as fate would have it, by showing up to play in October of '82, that commitment has been rewarded with this acknowledgement tonight. Ken Hall and John Rice have already had the good fortune of being inducted individually into the Hall of Fame. As I mentioned, John had a great career with Boston State and UMass. Ken Hall, without a doubt, is the greatest player to ever put on a Beacon uniform. I think it is safe for me to say, on behalf of the other members who played on the 1982-83 men's basketball, we are honored and grateful to be joining these two great players, our teammates and friends, in the Hall of Fame. Thank you.
Didn't have anything prepared to say, but I just want to share with you guys how much I personally, and I know I'm speaking for my teammates, how much we truly loved our coaches. And I'm a high school coach myself, so I can relate to that. But Coach Titus, you inspired us so much. I mean, to this day, every time I talk to you, every time I see you, you're just an amazing person to me. You just live your life of excellence on and off the court. And Rodney Hughes was a wonderful man. I mean, he did everything for us. Most of us didn't have much. And it was a Division III school, and these guys gave us a competitive schedule. We played Division I schools, Division II schools, traveled all over the country, and being down by 6 points at the half to American U, who beat Georgetown that year, and lost by 4 points to the Division II national champs, and 1 hour tournament here in overtime to nationally ranked Tufts, and going on and dominating Salem State's tournament and their home gym. These guys are great players. I know I'm rambling them all over the place, but Rodney, his daughter's here. He was an amazing man. And, these guys, they kept their word. Dr. Albert Holland became my boss. He was the headmaster at Jeremiah Burke, and everything they told us when we came here, we can still count on them to this day. And we left here playing for them over 30 years ago. And they're still here for us. And that's just amazing. I just wanted to say publicly, I know I'm speaking for my teammates, we love you guys, especially you, dear.